Hey, Chris, it's such a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Thank you, Angela. Appreciate it.
So let's just get right into
Okay.
it. Georgia economy. Tell me your thoughts on it. Tell me
Sure.
where are we going at. A lot has been going on, transpire. We are in election season. Um, Tell me your thoughts on it.
So we're very bullish on Georgia's economy right now. The great news is we've had 5 years of record economic development announcements. So manufacturing, distribution, headquarters companies, we've become the buckle of the battery belt. Two major car manufacturers moving to Georgia. Kia now producing not only the Telluride and the Sportage, but also the new EV9, so the first electric vehicle in Georgia, new solar companies, battery companies, all coming to Georgia. And so they're investing about $134 billion in our state over the next 3 to 5 years. And what's really great and what makes me kind of warms my heart being from Southwest Georgia here is the fact that 80% of those companies are moving outside of Atlanta.
Okay.
And so they're coming to Waycross, they're coming to Valdosta, they're coming to Albany, they're coming to Thomasville, Bainbridge, coming to Fitzgerald. Not like we saw 10 years ago where everything was in Atlanta. Now everything's going all over the state.
And that was literally my next question.
Yep.
So I just wanted to know what is in for Lowndes County. We have I hear it talks all the time about we need more jobs, we need more good paying jobs.
Sure.
But sometimes the workforce is not where it needs to be. So what are your thoughts on that, and especially hearing from those companies that really need that workforce?
So first of all, I think you need to recognize that particularly Lowndes County is an economic hub, and you are getting good companies. You had a groundbreaking just last week. You're recruiting the right types of companies. The jobs are there. Higher paying jobs are there. The jobs that people want to grow into are all coming. I mean, you're a gateway community on a major interstate.
That's right.
I mean, it's coming, right? You're getting what you deserve plus more. When you talk about workforce, though, I do think that's the issue. There are more than enough people in Georgia to take these high-skilled jobs, these high-paying jobs that we have. We just got to do a better job of getting them from where they are, the skills that they need, into the workforce. And we just talked about that here with your business leader community. You've got 600,000 military veterans in Georgia that want to work, 1.2 million seniors that want to work, 4.2 million second chancers that want to work, 2.2 million Georgians with a disability that want to work. But we got to change how we think about where we go get people to work and the skills we give them. And so that's a big issue that this community needs to focus on, are getting those maybe disconnected workers back into the workforce.
Love how you put that.
Yeah, I mean, 10% of our workers have an addiction problem. 39% have a mental illness problem, mental health issue. So what are we doing to get them back in? What are the nonprofits that are working? Where are the faith community? What are they doing? How's business working together? And that's where you're going to see the biggest difference. I think that's where the focus needs to be.
Absolutely. And as far as in AI, that's becoming a huge thing.
Sure.
Do you think that really will affect the workforce?
Absolutely. And I think it's going to, a couple of things going on here. First of all, 12 million Americans that are in low-skilled jobs today will see those jobs gone in the next 6 years. AI is literally taking those low-skilled jobs, right? And I'm talking to companies every day that are buying robots to replace those workers.
Wow.
But here's the thing, those 12 million jobs aren't going away. We'll create 12 million more jobs for those people. We might not know what they are, but the skill sets are going to be different. And if all you've got is a high school degree and you don't have any post-secondary, you don't have any skills, you don't have any credentials, you're going to be at a loss. And you got to start thinking as an individual, how do I AI-proof my career?
Exactly. Wow.
What do I need to do today? Where are the skill sets that I need so that no matter what happens in the economy, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to find the next opportunity. The head of Georgia Tech's artificial intelligence told our board recently, he says, AI won't take your job, but a dude that knows how to run AI will totally take your job. So you got to get the skill sets to be competitive in a very different environment.
And there's a lot of programs that I've been noticing, even pushing out on social media about AI training.
Absolutely.
So you definitely will encourage the new workforce and
Absolutely.
current workforce learning those AI technologies.
Right, our team at the Georgia Chamber trying to figure out how does a chamber use AI effectively. But you're already using it every day, right?
Right.
In your car, Siri, your phone, all of that's AI. It's just how are you using it to the benefit of the company, or how do you know how to use those skills? And then that becomes a marketable trade for you when you go into any company and they're like, we can't get rid of her. She's the only one who knows how to do this stuff for us. And so, yeah, there's different ways to look at it. I'm not scared about it.
Right.
I'm excited about the opportunities that are out there, but I am worried that we're not getting the skill sets to the young workers and the middle skill workers that are going to need them for the long term.
Because I think you definitely, education systems such as Colorado State University and Wiregrass Technology and GMC, they need to bring in and talk with the high schools here and tell them about AI
Right.
and give them the training because that's developing our workforce.
It's interesting. So many high school students have told us and teachers that they're finding ways to make sure kids aren't using AI to do their papers, right?
Yes.
But the truth is, you want every one of those kids to know how to use AI to do those papers.
Exactly.
You just want them to be honest about it
Right.
and to show that they can use the technology and have those other skills. And so it's a little bit of a change of thinking from the educator standpoint. These kids need to use it. And that's what I worry about, particularly in rural communities where we don't have the same access to high-speed internet. We don't have the same access to computer
right.
technology. Our kids are graduating and they're a little bit of a disadvantage when they show up at the University of Georgia or at Valdosta State, right? So we got to make sure there's a level playing field. We've got to figure out how to engage them now and not wait 10 years till the systems are in place and we've shunned them from using that technology. I think that's the wrong approach.
And being from Southwest Georgia, and looking at Lowndes County, what is some advice, being in Atlanta these
Yeah.
years and being over the Georgia Chamber, what is some advice that you would give the leadership of Lowndes County?
I think we just talked about this. I think it's kind of three buckets, right? Number one, make sure you are focused on that talent of the future, right? Focused on Gen Alpha, focused on Gen Z, focused on reskilling. Number two, competitiveness. How do you help small businesses? Valdosta is part of our Flex program statewide. It's teaching young students their own entrepreneurial skills. We had a young woman from Valdosta won the statewide competition this year.
Yes, that's right, Kayla.
Yeah, she's incredible. I was one of the judges. She blew me away. We need as many kids as possible to be
Right.
part of that program. And then the third thing is you got to make sure you've got the infrastructure of the future. We're going to a curbification economy. Everything's being delivered to your house. We got to
Right.
pass T-Splots. We got to make sure that our roads and bridges and our railroads, our airports have the support systems they need long term to be successful. Part of that infrastructure is also making sure that we've got the right health systems in place. We're taking care of wellness, which is a problem for us, particularly in rural Georgia.
That's right.
So those are the three bucket areas that I would tell this chamber, this region, our elected officials to focus on. And then I would probably throw in making sure that you've got workforce housing for young workers. Yeah, not everyone can afford a $300,000 house on 3 acres at the golf course, right? So we have to have tiny homes or entry-level homes or rental homes as well. And so that's another huge